Yep, yep, yep. We're back. So apparently, we're gonna still continue the grind, despite the fact that people just cannot find excellence, even if they tried. Okay, we're gonna continue anyways. Okay, we're gonna be talking about Stephen King. Stephen King, in one of his most underappreciated, underrated movies, is now streaming apparently this month. So yeah, the movie that we're talking about is a movie from 1996. Stephen King's Thinner. This is a movie you could watch on Tubi. This was a movie that was released 30 years ago. 30 years ago. The movie only made over 15 million in the US, which also shows why it sucked. Because, well, it was 30 years ago. And it still holds a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. Despite the problem with it, it has a cult following. It's considered one of many Stephen King's fans' most revisited but also most underrated feature film adaptations known today. Thinner is a very faithful Stephen King adaptation. How would you know? Not only would it say it would stay faithful to the book, they would say people are nihilistic about it because, well, let's face it, people feel a little more skeptical about everything nowadays, and people on Reddit are calling this movie an extremely underappreciated, underrated adaptation of a Stephen King story that's based entirely by its book. Thinner is one of the adaptations from Stephen King books, as people pointed out. You just rewatched it for the first time in forever, and people said, oh, yeah, why does this movie not get any respect? Well, I don't know. It's the same reason why you have 19% on Rotten Tomatoes, you dumbass. You can't help to realize that even though it has a really campy story, it's dark, it's funny, it's campy, yet it has a plot twist. Like most scary shit does, it has a plot twist. And, well, yeah, well, whatever. But, we're gonna move to something else, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, Star Trek now has a new series that is now released the final episodes on YouTube. One of the most underrated Star Trek shows is now called Star Trek Scouts. What the hell is Star Trek Scouts? Well, I don't even know. But they finally finished the last 3 episodes and they posted them on YouTube. Well, because people were like, oh yeah, this sucks. Yeah, Star Trek Scouts. Yeah, you can watch it free on YouTube. It's apparently Star Trek made for kids. It only has 20 episodes. It will not return because it's literally a Star Trek show made for babies. It's a Star Trek show made for babies. Similar to that, we also had another terrible show called Star Trek Prodigy, and this also follows the cult following of Disney Plus Star Wars Young Jedi Adventure, DC's Batman Wheels, and Marvel and Spidey and His Amazing Friends. Also, after that, you had the Paramount and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles also targeted the preschool. Like, what the hell? But anyway, not like I give a bitch ass hell. But anyway, Star Trek is starting to suck. Star Wars is now apparently in Star Trek and Star Wars and Spider-Man and pretty much every big action franchise is now deciding to go more toward the preschool route. Preschool route? No. Yeah, and now you wonder why they don't get season renewals. Because they suck. They suck. They suck. They freaking suck. Remember, Comic Book Resources is owned by Paramount. So it makes a lot of sense why they would be bitching about shit that just straight sucks. And I agree with them 100%. The shit that they've been making today for the younger generation, yeah, I don't know if I should feel sympathetic for them or just laugh at them. Not my problem. But anyway, yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah. Well, whatever.